Meg 2: The Trench has been released, kind of doing like crazy numbers for at the box office. I didn't realize.
So
like, I know there's a meme like the Meg
realize,
hype, but
no, people don't realize how big this thing is in China. It's not U.S. numbers that it's doing big numbers for. It over in like the Asia market for this thing is absurd. They love the Meg, which great because I love the Meg, but like people are real mad that this thing's getting way more money than like TMNT. TMNT hasn't released in China yet, so there's a big thing. But also the Asia market just loves the Meg, so just put that in your mind, in your perspective.
No, that's good perspective. And Cam, I guess I'll start with you then, since we've been starting with the guests. How about you for this one? Meg 2: The Trench. I think you might be the most recent to watch it. Or no. I think I saw it actually after you, but yeah.
You saw it a little later. So I saw this on Wednesday. I was doing an ad for AMC. They asked me to go see an IMAX or Dolby movie. So I went to the Meg 2 and I went to the Meg 2 in 3D and I did not see a movie in IMAX or Dolby. So sorry to AMC, but I don't know if I can put that in here. Whatever.
You just outed yourself. There was no
doxing myself. All right, cut it. No, the Meg, I've moved to a 5 out of 5. The Meg is now officially my Dark of the Moon. I fucking love the Meg. Like it unironically, I really do love the Meg. I think it's a whole lot of fun. I think it's semi-competent, so it's it's capable of being a movie, I guess. Jason Statham is an actual person in that, whereas in this movie he's just Howard Shaw, or is which one?
Deckard Shaw.
He's Deckard Shaw. Howard Shaw is his brother.
Wait, is that Blade Runner?
Deckard Shaw is 100% Blade Runner.
That's 100%.
Harrison Ford.
No, what is he in?
That's Harrison Ford.
Furious.
He looks like a Deckard Shaw.
He
does
look
like a Deckard. That is a good pull.
All right. He is. We're finding him. Fuck you, Hobbs and Shaw.
Wait, he is Deckard Shaw. Hold on.
Wait, no way.
Yeah,
Blade Runner.
Wait, okay, who's Blade Runner?
One name.
Oh, God.
Who is he? Seal?
Rick.
He literally
Blade Runner is Rick Deckard. I don't know where we got those lines crossed, but Rick Deckard.
Okay. So Deckard Shaw and his brother is Howard Shaw, played by Luke Evans. Don't know why I can throw that name out there, but in this movie, he's just Deckard Shaw, but he likes the ocean a little bit more, and instead of cars, like they just completely changed it. I swear, in the last movie, he was not like an action star per se. He was just like a guy who knew about the ocean and was willing to go down to that depth or something. Whatever. He starts off in this thing. He's stealing information from a group that's dumping oil into the water, and then by the end of it, he quite literally is. He's getting assists on shark kills, which is just fucking awesome. This movie is one of those where I loved it. I enjoyed sitting there. It was hilarious, but I feel like I was laughing at the movie a lot more than I was laughing. Like I wasn't laughing with the movie, but I was having a great time. So I unfortunately gave this a 31 out of 100, a 1.5 out of 5 stars. I'm sorry. I just
don't claim to be a Meg fan.
I know. It's one of those things, and we'll get into it, where there are so many lines in this that I was dying laughing, and it was hilarious. And also, I feel like with this, just have the respect for yourself to throw it in as a comedy. They don't list this as a comedy on any
Is it listed as a horror as the main genre? I'm pretty sure horror.
No, I think it's action. I think
it's listed as the first one's listed as horror, which
really.
Yeah,
the first one kind of tried with the shark coming up and then grabbing.
But there are some shots in this that are genuinely great.
Meg 2,
great horror shots.
Yeah, the Meg 2 is action adventure horror. So I feel like you got to if you're a camp movie, I feel like you got to list yourself as a comedy because it's so. And then I might give it a little bit more grace because it's so fucking funny.
I think it's intentional though. They have half of this there's certain.
I think it is trying to be funny, but it's not wanting to list itself as comedy. So I don't know, but there's so many quotes in this that we'll talk about that just suck or not suck, but they made me laugh so much. Not enough shark. They do the thing here where they add more sharks, but they have just as much shark time, and then they add a villain. The villain should be the shark. It's a shark. It's eating everybody. Or in this situation, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but it's the Meg 2. So who gives a fuck? The Kraken should also be a fucking villain.
Why was that there is beyond.
It was in the trailers. You're good.
Okay, it wasn't. The trailer's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they add a villain, and I just didn't care for it. So yeah, I'm going with a 31 out of 100. But I will rewatch this movie as soon as it comes out on digital before I watch Oppenheimer. So fuck me. I've already seen Oppenheimer twice, to be fair.
Oh, true. Okay, yeah, I've seen it twice.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. For me, like the Meg, so I'm a huge fan of the Meg. Also, I watched it for the first time a couple months ago, so new to the Meg fandom. And I think me liking the Meg so much is honestly what made me dislike this one so much, because I don't know what I was expecting from Meg 2: The Trench. I know the trailer was like showing dinosaurs and krakens, so I was like, it's gonna be wild. But I was genuinely thought that this was based on the trailers. I thought that this was gonna lean heavily into the camp and just bring out all kinds of extraterrestrial dinosaur type stuff and just be crazy action the whole time. But the first hour of this, I was genuinely so bored. Like it took so long for me, like for this movie to get going. The final 30 minutes are like peak, like Jason Statham, hilarious moments, the jet ski, all that kind of stuff. But first hour, I was like shocked at how slow they were getting into this. I was like, I thought we were just going all balls to the wall here. So for me, I was just super bored. Even the end, like I just didn't love the final 30 minutes. I don't know. I gave it 2 out of 10 for 1 star, which pains me. I gave it like 3.5 to the Meg or something. I really love the Meg.
Sad.
But Meg 2, I don't know. I was just so bored, and I was like not expecting to be bored, and that kind of just took me by surprise. I knew, like, I didn't know what to expect, but I did not expect to be bored. But yeah, I think Alex and Sammy are both the highest on it, so now we'll turn it over to them. So Alex, Meg 2: The Trench.
Hype us up, baby. Hype us up.
Yeah.
Listen. This movie is fucking stupid. It is so dumb. But listen, from the start of this movie, like you expect something so outrageous. It starts with like that scene that you see in the trailers with like the dinosaur, tiny dinosaurs, and then peak. The opening crawl, peak, and then it transitions to more of a underwater with Kristen Stewart, abyss. You're down the trenches. It's kind of a horror. It's definitely more of a horror aspect, and I kind of like that a little more. We're under in the water. The sharks are like, and the creatures are taking out people left and right. There's a scene. Well, I don't know if it's linked towards spoilers where someone.
Fuck this. Make this entire review spoilers.
Someone
gets
spontaneously combusts because we're under all this pressure.
I'm not gonna lie, I laughed.
And all those and we're under the underwater scenes with Jason Statham's action scene. I liked it. I don't know why. Maybe I just like dog shit. It's clear, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. But there is a part where Jason Statham, I kid you not, no suit, we are 30,000 feet under the ocean, goes out and it's so dumb.
They explain.
He swims.
This is the best part.
He swims across, and it's like a minute-long sequence where he's swimming underwater. And the way they explain this, that he does not crush because the pressure. You could not do this in real life, by the way, because you would be dead. But they go, listen, like if you just breathe out of your nose, your body loses all the oxygen and air in you, so that way you don't combust because you need air. What?
They spent
What? Oh
10
my
minutes.
God, that is the best thing ever. That is elite. That is what Scorsese was talking about. That is ingenious writing. So there's a scene where once he gets out, which he gets out, right? And he starts exhaling right as he gets out. So he should be, in theory, crushed immediately because he didn't start breathing out. But he breathes out blood, he gets over. And then, yeah, I like the underwater stuff. People said it's boring. I think it's just fucking stupid, and I loved it because it was basically kind of horror and that the sharks actually look like a threat and menacing. Then they walk across the trench in their suits, which is also really insane.
No, that was before he goes out.
Was that before? Same difference. At this point, it's crazy. Once they get out, right, and we realize the villain is like this, like it's like this plot twist of like their former friend. They lost me a bit because I was like, I don't care. I don't know, like no one cared for this. No one asked for this. But then once we transition from the middle part of that twist and like that, whatever, blah, blah, she gets eaten. I'm spoiling it. Who cares? We then get to the third act, the final part, which is just cinema. Like that to me was everything I needed in my life and more.
The
camp. We will. I will talk about more in the spoilers because I've already spoiled some stuff, but we'll wait to that. But
feel free to spoil anything now. I'm just gonna put a spoiler warning for this whole review. So jump.
There
into
is just like everything that you could imagine of just stupid, insane. Was the guy's name DJ? He's got a big Fortnite deagle. He's doing the light skin, like he's jumping in the air slow motion like it's an action movie, like shooting people. There's a part where Jason Statham, like he's on a jet ski with nothing but like 3 poles attacking 3 megalodons. There's a kraken killing divorced people, or not divorced. They're about to propose, which W. I love hating.
Good job not proposing on a boat with a kraken right next to you.
Jason Statham is out here like he's really just soloing. Like he's soloing fiction. He kills a megalodon with a big pole or like a big like what was it? Like a piece of metal.
It was a wood dock. Like no, it was a helicopter prop.
And I'm
right?
saving the part where he gets like an assist for one of you guys to talk about because that's just insane. But like listen, just trust me. You have to see how stupid it is because it has to be intentional because if it's not, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself because I have to justify that somehow. But overall, stupid time. I loved it. Meg.
No, I feel that with the intentional part because Skylar Samuels, who's she's not in much, but she plays Jess, who's like one of the main like employee women, and her every line delivery she gives was just shockingly bad, like so bad, like the happening level type dialogue where I was like, this has to be obviously
the
intentional.
Bad guy or the friend?
She was like the bad guy woman. It's hard because like all these are unrecognizable actors, so it's hard for me to like tell you who it was. And she looks way different in her real life picture than she did in the movie. I think her hair is completely different.
It's so very much like there's 3 people in this room. She goes out to the ship and she's like, someone sabotaged this ship. Like it's a problem. And I'm sitting there with Emma and I'm not going to lie to you. We were talking through this entire movie. So sorry, but it was me, her, and like 3 other people scattered through this theater. That's it. Saw it in 3D, by the way.
I didn't know this had a 3D option. Why would
it had a 3D option? Did not help. But it's like it's her and 2 others, Max and then DJ is his name, and they're like, man, who on this ship? Well, so they go, there's like 30 people on this rig. It could be anyone. First off, 30 people's not really that many people. Also, 10 of them just went to the ship. So we're sitting there and like, wow, there's like 20 people left on this ship and 3 of them are right here. So in reality, there's only like 17 other people that could be. But we're like, there's one person who was not in the previous movie. It's not Max and it's not DJ. So you're the bad guy. She was. It's so clear. It's incredible. Incredible. Oh my God.
Sammy, what were your thoughts on Meg to the Trench?
Meg to the Trench was simply magnificent.
Yeah, there it is.
It's so fucking stupid, but I loved it. Oh my God. Actually, I think I rated it 3 stars off first watch, but after like talking with these 2 fellas about it further, I lowered it down to a 2.5. I think I've seen the error of my ways. I mean, there's just so many ridiculous things that happen in this movie that were still entertaining, don't get me wrong. But like, I think the good thing about the Meg was like, it knew it was campy. And I think the issue for me was I had just watched Malignant the night before. So I had enjoyed like really good camp. And then I went into this one, and this one kind of teetered the line of like, it was corny. Like it was taking itself serious in moments where normally it should be campy. It felt very corny. But yeah, like everything with first of all, I just love how we start off with just misinformation in the beginning, like a T-Rex on a beach never happened. A T-Rex with a megalodon never happened. let's just do it. Then.
Those random fucking
like when they started that, I was like, they didn't exist together. Dude, I was like, they did not exist with each other. I was like,
I didn't know that, Alex. Were you there? They were
grow up.
They were pals. Grow up. Yeah.
Anyway, so technically on a power scaling perspective, I'm pretty sure Jason Statham could solo a T-Rex if we're looking at it that way. But also, you know, the whole like underwater trench stuff, like I kind of agree with Tyler and Cam. Like I thought that kind of dragged. I know Alex, you liked it. I'm sorry, failed you. But
I'm not mentally.
I just don't understand why we're spending 10 minutes of fake exposition of like explaining something that definitely can't fucking happen.
But it's the problem of they explain that for 10 minutes, but then they're also like, yeah, these Megs are also alive. Doesn't matter how they're just in there. Like, so they don't care to explain everything. So don't explain that. Just be stupid.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure, you know, God rest their souls, but those people in that submarine probably would wish they had freaking Jason Statham, I bet.
Bro, that's when I saw that when they combust, I was like, holy shit, is that a Titanic reference? That's what I was
that's what I didn't want to say it, but you know,
it was dark too. There's some dark moments in this where I was like, damn, interesting.
Well,
and then the face exploding was crazy. I'm sorry,
that was insane.
That's probably the one death in the movie I shouldn't laugh for.
But I didn't laugh. I was crazy.
So this movie, I don't know if you guys seen Deep Blue Sea. I'm pretty sure you have, but this movie made that movie look fucking smart. That's how fucking stupid this movie was. Anyway, so they have, sorry for cursing so much, but they have haiku. I think the Meg's name is haiku or whatever.
Yeah.
They capture one.
Haiku.
What's up with What's up with the guy who just like thinks he's like he just has a death wish?
He has like a relationship with a megalodon.
Like, what are we doing?
That is the most accurate part of humanity. The fact that we tried to keep them captive, like that's so
accurate. And then the fact that they have 4 like prison bars holding her in.
Oh my god, the way that the shark gets out, you're telling me they go, how did, just for the sake of the shark's name, Haiku, how did Haiku get out? There's literally 4 bars and there's a space. How couldn't it get out?
The circle big enough for it to get out. Like, what do we do? Like, anyway, so this guy was doing How to Train Your Freaking Megalodon, it gets out, and the reason it's getting out is because it's going to get fucking Eiffel Towered in the trench. That's the fucking reason it's going out. I don't know if you guys forgot that. It's mating season, baby.
There were 3 of them.
There was 3, 2 guys. It was 2 males. Fucking.
Oh my!
I forgot about that. I just remembered it, and I was like, "This is the weirdest." Like, whoever wrote this deserved an Oscar nomination, bro.
Oh my god, the whole trench concept is, dude. Hold on, are we not even gonna talk about the guy that blew up their entire? He blew up himself and
he blew up his whole squad
to make sure that their information on the research was not getting found. He blew himself up. Like, I don't even
blow up the ship. Didn't blow up the ship though.
Also, his girlfriend, which was the villain in the movie, that dies because she's like,
quite
the classic thing in the trailer where she's like, "Oh, there's a Meg behind you," and she's like, "Eh." She's still talking, and she gets eaten, and he's like, "Ah!" Like they ate his girlfriend,
and then like 3 minutes later, he's fine. He's like, forgot about that chick.
No one's talking about the assist. I was hoping one of you guys took it off of the what is it? See you later, chum.
I'm just gonna wrap up my review by saying that I'm glad that this movie finally acknowledged that this movie was never about the Megs. It was about the friend we made along the way, Jason. It was always about him.
We have to talk about the fact that the woman who was in the last one no way she wanted to come back for this thing. She probably read the script and said, "Fuck this." So she is gone.
So
she's passed away.
Her character off. So I thought initially, is she dead? I thought she passed in her life.
I really hope she
killed her
off.
I really hope. In universe, I think she died in universe.
In universe, yes. But
so she just didn't want to come. She said,
now it's her brother. So her name's Li Bingbing. She is still alive, so not dead. So that's good. But yeah, refused to come back, which good. And so now they have her brother, and her daughter is still alive, who's like loves Jason Statham still. By the way, the courts would not allow him to be like
taking this little kid down in the trenches, and she sneaks in. I'm like, dude, why are you here?
She goes away.
Why are you there?
This movie. Sorry to jump around. This movie also implies the fact that she brings a mechanical suit that's got to cost at least a couple $2 billion down to the trench that fits her. So this movie canonically implies that they built one just for her. Her size.
So many, like, if you're a parent, why? Like, no.
You wouldn't even be allowed on Mono 1. Like, are you kidding me? We're going to see Megalodon.
Dude, and she's like, dude, it's safe. We've done this run before. What? You've done this before?
Like 27 times.
Oh my god, what are you talking about? Also, there's the scenes like the Komodo dragon dinosaurs, and we're not talking about the DJ subplot of like them like trying to fill up gas on a helicopter, and oh my god, they blow up the gas tank behind them, and like the explosion pushes the guy onto the helicopter. Yeah, holy shit, this movie's so dumb.
It's actually
so good.
It's so good,
the explosion, which literally would have burned his back, he would have been like dead. But like,
yeah, we just got to get into the last 30 minutes on. I'm pretty sure it's called Fun Island. Not so fun anymore.
That was amazing.
So fun anymore. But I think one of the funny, like, let's just have a fucking a sexual assault advocate harassing these 2 women.
For no
reason.
What was this guy doing? He's like, you want to rub lotion on my back, and then he gets krakened.
Dude, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, you knew he was gonna die.
Also, but the dog returns.
The dog returns
because the owners are horrible. Which at this point, the dog is a staple. I love it.
We literally get an MCU moment where DJ, like all the lizards are coming, and DJ and that other girl, I forgot her name, are together. And they're like, oh my god, they have their hands up. They're like, we should probably run. She already ran. And he goes, why would you leave me? It was just such an MCU moment.
Right before that,
he's behind me, right? Like that's the equivalent.
Yeah, it's literally
right before that moment. They're trying to steal like a gun or a cell phone off of him, and she steals his money. And he's like, why are you taking his money?
Dude, she's reaching in his backpack to find weapons or something. She pulls out condoms, and she goes like, really? And he goes, I have to be ready for all situations. Or
no, it's an emergency backpack, and she goes, really? And he goes, different kind of emergency. That's the
DJ
line.
stole the
That was
show,
good.
in my opinion.
That was
bro.
good, man. That was good.
He stole the
So,
show.
two lines I vividly remember. At one moment when DJ and Max get caught, the guy says, "Put your hands up, assholes," and then there's like a 3-second pause, and then he goes, some other person goes, yeah, put them up.
Oh, dude, that
like
whole
the
scene.
big dude, little dude guy. It was so funny.
Is that when they're in that like garage or whatever? They're all like
no,
stuck
that was before when they were still
okay.
on Mono 1 or
That
Mono
whole
5.
They're like, yeah, I'm distracting you, and they pull up and like the dinosaurs eat them. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
that
is-
whole scene
when they
felt
spray
like-
when they spray the pepper spray and then Max runs into it. He's like, I'm gonna spray the pepper spray and then shut the door and then you run out. And he sprays and runs out into it. It's so fucking
my
stupid.
But on a serious level, on a serious filmmaking level, there are some elite shots in this that will be going down in shark movie history. The chomp scene where it's like the POV of the inside of the shark consuming a bunch of people, that will be reused 110% in other shark movies of like the variety, or even just other monster movies.
That was genuinely incredible.
That was genuinely like revolutionary stuff, and it's funny that it's in this fucking movie.
I need
It's hilarious.
someone. I need someone, one of the viewers, to edit Baby Shark over that shot because that would go insane.
Like
bro.
baby shark.
No, but like when the shark's consuming a bunch, like that's when it's at its absolute peak. And
it's-
I guess like, listen, I like dog water clearly because I like the abyss stuff, the underwater stuff, which is, you know, I'm 1 in a million
I
clearly.
didn't
for that.
hate it. I just thought it
But
was stupid.
because I think it's just because it was more horror and like it's funny that this movie decided to go that route. But the third act, 100%, like you will. If you don't love that bullshit, I don't know what to tell you. The Kraken, we didn't even talk about the Kraken fully.
Dude,
that was there.
There's a fucking crack in
The brother of the original Jonas's girlfriend, he kills the Kraken, right, with like a knife or something. I don't even know.
I
Like
think it was like a bomb or
he
something.
goes underwater to face the Kraken, even though like the thought process of going underwater to face a Kraken with nothing but like a weapon and like you is just beyond me, beyond comprehension.
Incredible. This
Jonas gets a
I-
Call of Duty assist. He tagged the Batman and Robin tag
literally
team.
tag teams. I can't believe the
Yeah.
shark didn't just clearly. There was an angle the shark could have gotten them both.
Well,
The
I thought
shark,
It was a
respect,
Mortal
it-
Kombat fatality. It
I
was a
thought we were
Mortal
getting-
Kombat fatality.
I think I told you guys I thought we were gonna get a Batman Begins moment because the guy Jonas takes the guy's gun and then he's like you think he's gonna shoot him. He's like, I don't have to kill, or I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. He just
No,
puts his gun down and then he
this
says,
was
but I'm gonna
murder.
kick you in
He
the
kicks
fucking
him.
in the mouth of a
murder.
Meg.
This was murder.
It's
Like, it
murder.
was just. I love.
That's a peak line though.
What's the
Seriously.
like? There's definitely a meme of like two enemy sports players that are like, I respect their game. That's what the Meg was doing right here. He like evades
Game recognizes game. It's like
Game
a jersey
recognizes
swap.
game. It's like a jersey swap.
It's a
Exactly.
jersey
Oh, bro,
swap.
it was like LeBron and D Wade that dunk, that famous picture.
Yes,
That's what it was, bro.
I got
That's
it.
what it was.
Gotta
Someone
edit
has to
that
get that
with
picture
Jonas
right
and
now.
Meg,
Someone has.
please.
It's
Oh
the
my
fact
God.
also that Jonas
All right, I'm on
uses
it.
before we finish this. Jonas uses one leg to push off a megalodon while he's on like the dot. One leg? Are you
Oh.
serious? This thing
Can
has
I
to
say-
weigh like 17 tons.
Can
don't
I say
understand.
what genuinely pissed me off? Genuinely, I was very upset they didn't use those suits as like suits to fight the Meg or something. That's
Yeah,
what they
like,
were
what?
implying.
That would have been
At the
perfect.
start of the movie, they were punching through rocks and shit. Like that's what they were implying. They should have
Thanks
done
for
it.
giving them. You just gave them an idea for the third one because we know we're getting a third one because I'm telling you, after visiting Paris, she's pregnant.
Oh yeah, she's
Remember that?
She's pregnant. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
My lord.
They're so gonna be the Meg, and it's gonna be the 3 is the E in the Meg. That's exactly
Yep.
what it's gonna be.
1,000.
Where else do they go from here? Like they like at this point, like the government, PETA, everything should be like, just stop doing what you're doing right now. This is
This-
not like doing any good for us.
Is Meg Universal or Warner Brothers? I don't remember. I think it's Universal.
I feel like it's Warner Bros. For some reason. I don't know why.
I was gonna say we need a crossover with Pacific Rim at this point. Let's just do it.
I think it's Warner Bros. So at this point, that's another thing. This movie just decided to become Kaiju, Godzilla, Pacific Rim,
Let's
and they teetered on it, but they didn't go full Pacific Kaiju, Godzilla stuff. And I needed them to do that more. So I want the next villain of this, aside from the Megs, which at this point are side characters, which is kind of sad, but the Megs are, I want them to get like a big kaiju, like Cthulhu, some mythical kaiju. Cthulhu would be just stupid crazy. I need it in my life. Jonas versus a big kaiju. I'm basically giving them money at that point. I'm telling them what to do.
We might as well just cross over with Fast and Furious at this point.
I hate
That was
See, but that's the thing.
But I don't wanna-
Fast X sucked. That movie was like not only was I laughing at it, I just didn't find enjoyment of it. Like it felt like it was making me stupider. This movie makes me feel like a little dumber, but like not to a disrespectful level. Fast X was another level of just I hated it.
I now have the image of like Dom Toretto in a freaking Mustang boat car.
Charging at a megalodon for the
Megalodon, bro. I need it now. I need it now in my life.
No, I mean the Meg is produced by Warner Bros. So why not just have the Meg 3 be like some more experimentation on sharks, and then King Shark is born for James Gunn's DC universe, and we can just fuel it right into that. The King Shark comes from Meg.
DCU's done. Just get King Shark over here now at this point.
True.
If they just say like Jason Statham had like a twin brother and it was Jonas, but he's also Hobbs. But I guess he already has a brother in the Fast and Furious franchise. But they don't fucking care. They'll just throw anything in. What I was saying earlier is the daughter was like, "Oh, dad and mom used to talk about you all the time." They didn't talk about him once in the previous movie. His dad died. His dad died and didn't say shit about him. He was like, "Fuck that other kid. I don't want him around for my death." Like, God, they didn't talk about this other dude once.
Also, for the third movie, I hope they do like the Rise of Skywalker, with like all the ships at the end for Palpatine. Like, I want them to do that for Megs. So just 50 million Megs. All of the Megs that have ever existed charging.
Like Battleship,
obviously, Jonas has his I'm just gonna call it haiku again. He has his haiku and he charges on the Meg. He has to charge on the Meg in the next movie. Like, he has his own seat and he charges into battle against other Megs with that Meg.
No, even better, he rides the Megs. He communicates with them. We go
with like an earpiece with like Sonics, or something like
Jurassic World Raptor style, baby. I'm in there. That would go insane.
I'm in there like swimwear. We are in there like swimwear. I'm telling you, man. It's
literally we'll need swimwear.
Oh man.
Well, that wraps up our discussion on Meg 2. So Sammy gives it a 2.5, Alex gives it a 3, Cam gives it a 1.5, and I gave it a 1. It is crazy, like the fact that this came out right after the whole Titan sub thing. There's like you guys mentioned, just like an allusion to that, even though obviously it was filmed way before that. Same token of like how White Noise from December of last year by Noah Baumbach like had a train in like Ohio derailing and creating a crazy toxic wasteland, and then that literally happened too. It's like just weird when like it's the Simpsons effect where like a movie just eerily predicts something that happens in real life right when it happens. But
this is in Emma's top 10 of all time, probably. She loved it. Best movie
more
of her
than
life.
the original. She liked to do more than the Meg.
Absolute W.
Probably not more than the original, but that's also probably in her top 10 of all time. She loves it.
I love that.